What's up, geeks? Welcome to the Smugglers Room. I'm Brian Thompson, and today joining us is the original Junkyard Jedi, Dan Thompson.
Brian.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan never told you.
What's that?
I am your father.
Yeah, Dad. I've known for about 40 years or so.
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't know you have sisters.
Yeah, we sort of lived in the same house growing up, so I did.
Oh, yeah. I see you created a new lightsaber. Impressive. Most impressive. Join me. Father and son will rule the junkyard together.
I got a bad feeling about this. Okay, geeks, it's time to build a saber. Now, to build our lightsaber, we're going to use a couple of different types of materials, starting with some machined aluminum and machined steel parts. Now, I can't give you a link to where I bought these because I got them on eBay, but if you search for machined spare aluminum parts or machined spare steel parts, you'll find all kinds of different things. The second thing we're going to use is some exotic wood, and I will put a link in the description of where I bought these. They're online, they were reasonably priced, and they come in a whole wide variety. We're going to use African blackwood on the turning lathe for our project. Now that's the part I'm the most excited about. I don't personally have a lot of experience with the turning lathe, but that machine right there was my grandfather's, and it's from 1953. So I'm super excited to have my father here to teach me techniques that he used on that machine when he was a kid. So, no more talk, let's just get to work. The block we're going to be turning is less than 6 inches long, so we're going to swap out the long rest for our shorter version. Next, we'll scribe a line from corner to corner on the wood block. This helps us find a center point that we can then mount into the turning lathe. We then need to adjust the distance between the block and the rest so that the tool can be used comfortably. Remember, this will be different for each person. Finally, we run the machine just to make sure that there's no wobble in our block of wood. These first initial passes on the lathe are to remove material and round down to the diameter we are after. In this case, it's down to the machined aluminum pieces I had on hand. We use calipers and we check often to make sure we do not remove too much material. Once we do a quick test fit, it's time to mark down all the areas we want to add detail. It's time to settle in and remove some material. Take your time and try not to remove too much at once. Once we have the wood turned down, we need to drill a hole in the base so that our pommel has a place to attach. We'll do this on the drill press with a Forstner bit. Our next step is going to be to make some adjustments on our machined piece of aluminum so that it can attach to our turned piece of wood. Now we need to finish the top part of the design of this lightsaber. We need to know what we're going to be drilling, what we'll be gluing together, and especially how we're going to be turning the last piece of wood for this saber. On the pommel section of this saber, we wanted a removable cap so that if we wanted to add electronics at some point, we could then easily remove the bottom cap and have a place for the battery. We're using a tap and die set for this so that we can use a bolt to secure the bottom cap in place. Now it's time to get out the JB KwikWeld. This goes together in a 1-to-1 mixture. It's similar to epoxy, but it works really well getting metal and wood or metal on metal to adhere together. We're going to use it here to glue up the top and the bottom parts of our saber before our final assembly. This part here we're going to use CA glue, which works really well with this aluminum. We can use a Q-tip and then a little steel wool to clean up afterwards. And now it's time to assemble. For the final finishing touch, we'll add a little Tung Oil Finish to all the wood elements of our saber. Alright everybody, Project Saber's complete, and it turned out pretty good. I see myself on that lathe turning out a few more of these in the not too distant future. I want to say a big thank you to my father, Dan Thompson, the Junkyard Jedi, for coming up and spending a little time turning out a sweet lightsaber with me. And I want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time when we continue to build something out of nothing.
This is the art of making something out of nothing. Improvising. Oh, shit.
Oh, that was something out of nothing.
All right, you heard the man. We're gonna build one of these out of stuff like this.
Now which one, Rob?